Guys, welcome to my channel. Today, i-review natin itong Mazda CX-90 which was launched in the Philippine market just recently. It's actually the most expensive Mazda vehicle in the Philippine market today. It sits on the large vehicle platform ng Mazda and it is considered the roomiest crossover sa Mazda lineup. Available siya in two variants with the same gasoline engine, 3.3 liters. At yung base model, yung kulay white, sells for 3.68 million. While yung top of the line na exclusive, ang selling price niya is 3.78 million. If you look at the pricing level at saka yung quality, ang target niya talaga is yung BMW. And the closest sa price level is yung BMW X1 X-Line na ang selling price is 3.89 million. So mas mahal lang siya ng 110,000 pesos than the Mazda CX-90. By the way, yung X1 is diesel na 150 horsepower as against dito sa Mazda na gasoline na 280 horsepower. So halika, simulan natin. Simulan natin sa exterior. Ito yung top of the line exclusive variant. Makikita mo yung quality ng craftsmanship saka yung kanyang magandang design. Yung color niya na artisan red deepens the interplay of light and shadow. So makikita mo yung pintura. Para siyang gumagalaw pag tinamaan ng liwanag kahit nakatigil yung kotse. Yung kanyang mahabang hood line is very striking. Tapos very bold and striking yung kanyang appearance. Nakakaroon ng parang magandang impression whenever it goes, no? Meron din siyang powerful grille na meron sweeping LED headlamps, tapos merong mga chrome accents that asserts a sophisticated character. Yung front grille niya is gloss black bar type. Tapos yung kanyang headlight is adaptive LED with auto leveling and auto on and off. Meron din siyang DRL and equipped with high beam control. Yung kanyang front bumper molding is body color as against the black dun sa entry level. Meron siyang 4 na sensor dito sa harap na makikita mo dun sa bumper at dun sa may grille area. And then you have this beautiful Mazda logo na laminated where some sensors are also installed. And of course, mataas din yung kanyang ground clearance which is about 203 mm. Okay, check naman natin yung side profile. Una kong napansin, yung wheel arch molding niya is body colored, which is a very nice treatment. Yung wheels niya is 21 inches diamond cut aluminum alloy wheels with 275/45 na tires. Dito naman sa fender, meron siyang fender garnish na bright chrome ang kulay as against doon sa black doon sa entry level na nakalagay yung inline 6. Yung kanyang side mirror is body color. It's power adjustable, auto fold, auto tilt, and auto dimming with memory. And body color din yung door handles. Tapos yung kanyang side door molding is body color. Yung sa entry level, black yan. Yung kanyang brakes dito sa likod is ventilated disc. At dun sa harap is ventilated disc din. Mapapansin mo din na ang laki niya is very imposing. In fact, yung actual length niya is about 5.1 meters. Tapos yung lapad niya is almost 2 meters. And overall height is about 1.74 meters. Tapos yung wheelbase niya, 3.12 meters. Ang haba niya. Meron din siyang silver garnish dito sa window line. And then meron din siyang roof rail na aluminum color. And equipped din siya with radar cruise control. Okay, check naman natin yung likod. Yung rear combination lamps niya is LED with passive collision signal. Meron siyang spoiler, saka third brake light, saka yung rear wiper. And then dito sa bandang baba, yung rear bumper molding is also body colored. Yung power lift gate niya is hands-free with height adjustment memory. By the way, it's all-wheel drive na nakalagay doon sa baba ng CX-90. Tapos meron din siyang turbo badge dito sa right side. So, ganito ang itsura ng kanyang rear combination lamps na LED. Pag tinapakan mo yung brakes, ganon, iilaw yung third brake light doon sa spoiler. So, yung harap at likod, ang ganda niya. Talagang mapapalingon ka pag nakita mo ng personal. Okay, let's check the engine naman. Ang engine niya ang very impressive kasi inline 6 siya. It's turbo with eSky Active G, inline 6-cylinder, 24-valve DOHC. Tapos meron pa siyang 48-volt hybrid system with 0.33 kWh lithium-ion battery. Ang displacement niya is 3.3 liters, compression ratio is 12:1, tapos ang fuel system niya is electrically controlled fuel injection, and you can use 91 RON gasoline. Ang maximum output niya is about 280 horsepower and guys 450 Newton meters of torque. Meron din siyang integrated electric motor doon sa kanyang hybrid system na ang output is about 12.4 kilowatts. Yung kanyang integrated electric motor torque is about 153 Newton meters. And this can run up to 210 kilometers per hour. Fuel tank capacity is about 74 liters. By the way, meron siyang hybrid system. Pero yung kanyang lithium-ion battery, hindi niya kayang i-propel yung vehicle on its own from the start. However, yung electric motor niya na 16.7 horsepower, enough na yon para mapatakbo yung sasakyan on electric only once na tumatakbo na yung sasakyan at nagko-cruise na. And the power is transmitted doon sa 4 wheels via an 8-speed automatic transmission. Yung transmission niya is specifically designed doon sa electrified powertrain and the large platform vehicle. Yung multipurpose speed automatic gearbox, wala siyang torque converter. So it achieves smooth and direct acceleration while improving drivetrain efficiency. Okay, silipin naman natin sandali yung suspension system. Yung rear suspension niya is multi-link, while yung sa harap is double wishbone. Since independent yung kanyang suspension, so I'm sure parang car-like ang ride niya. Kasi ngayon, normally sa mga crossover, yung kanilang suspension dito sa rear is yung torsion beam. Okay, check naman natin yung interior. Grabe ang ganda ng kanyang interior. Yung color ng interior niya is Ligano suede. Yung steering wheel niya is leather wrap with the two-tone combination. You can see the quality of the door panels, yung kanyang soft touch materials na leather. Then meron siyang accent na gunmetal at saka graphite. You can see na pulido yung kanyang leather stitching. Mapapansin mo din na high quality yung mga switches ng windows. Yung seats niya is tan Napa leather with quilted Ligano suede. Meron siyang 10-way power adjust with memory saka yung lumbar support. At ventilated yung seats niya sa driver and front passenger. Dito sa steering wheel, merong high quality control switches for audio, Bluetooth, hands-free, cruise control, saka dun sa multi-information display. At ang kanyang dashboard ay Ligano suede ang color na similar din dun sa CX-60. Simple lang yung dashboard pero very elegant yung design. 2 layers siya. Sa taas is black, sa lower portion yung Ligano suede. And the nice thing is meron siyang 12-speaker Bose sound system. Dito naman sa center console, nandito yung commander button. Meron din siyang automatic parking brake, saka brake auto hold. Yung commander button, yan na nagkocontrol ng head unit. Okay, check natin yung glove box compartment. Yan, dahan-dahan siyang bumababa. Average lang yung size. Dito naman sa taas, nandito yung frameless rear view mirror, and then nandito yung switches doon sa interior light, saka doon sa sunroof. At meron siyang sunglass holder din. At pag binusan mo yung vanity mirror, mag-on yung ilaw dito sa may kisame. Okay, subukan nga natin yung upuan niya. Yan, 10-way power adjustable siya, tapos meron din siyang lumbar support switch dito. Yung steering wheel niya can be adjusted automatically. Yan, yung button na yan. Pag pinindot mo pababa, bababa yung manibela. Pag hinila mo yung switch pataas, mag-move siyang pataas. And then, pwede ring up and down. Meron din siyang driver personalization system. Meron siyang driving position guidance na ginagamit yung facial recognition to identify yung current driver. So, ina-activate niya yung person's preferred settings and it sets the driver's seats to the ideal position. At meron din siyang kinematic posture control na nag-a-apply ng brakes as needed dun sa inner rear wheel to help keep the car balanced through the corners. And then, meron din siyang paddle shifters. Nandito naman sa left side yung switch niya for i-stop, sa traction control, sa parking sensor, and then nandito yung switch din ng memory seats. Dito yung set button. Nandyan yung number 1, saka yung number 2. Ganito naman ang itsura ng kanyang multi-information display. Digital siya, pero yung design niya parang analog. Simple lang yung design, very easy to follow. Maganda rin yung contrast ng kanyang black na background. Tapos, meron siyang tatlo ding drive modes. Meron siyang sport, meron ding normal, at saka meron siyang off-road. So, nag-iba-iba yung kulay. Depende dun sa drive mode na siniselect mo. Nandito ang control ng kanyang aircon. Meron siyang tri-zone na climate control. Tapos ang laki ng kanyang infotainment system, 12.3 inches, which is being controlled by the commander button. Hindi siya touchscreen. So ang control niya dito sa pinipihit sa baba. So it helps avoid yung driver's distraction kasi hindi ka na magta-touch ng screen. Meron din siyang Mazda Connect na nag-a-allow ng wireless connection of compatible smartphones like yung Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, while the 12-speaker Bose sound system offer an unparalleled sound experience. Dito sa bandang baba, nandito yung 12-volt socket at nandito rin yung My Drive switch. And then meron siyang 2 cup holders dito na may takip. So pag inopen mo siya, may expose yung cup holders. Dito naman sa may armrest, meron siyang interior compartment at meron din siyang dalawang USB port. And meron din siyang panoramic electric glass sunroof. Dito sa passenger side, 10-way power adjustable siya at meron din siyang ventilation. You can also close yung aircon vent kung nalalamigan ka. At pag inopen mo yung front passenger door, makikita mo sa bandang baba yung pinaka-plate kung saan siya ginawa. Dito, it's made in Japan. So, imported siya CBU from Japan. Okay, check natin yung second row. By the way, this is 6-seater. Meron siyang dalawang captain seats dito sa second row. Pwede mong ma-move back and forth yung captain seats. Maganda naman yung legroom niya dito sa second row. And then dun sa dalawang sides, meron siyang switch ng interior lights. Dito sa second row, meron din siyang center console which is similar dun sa harapan. So meron din siyang compartment dito na pwede kang maglagay ng iyong mga gamit, and then meron siyang cup holders. Meron din siyang aircon vent dito sa second row, and then meron dalawang Type-C USB port. And you can also control the thermostat here and the fan speed. Yung center tunnel medyo nakaangat, pero okay lang yan kasi naka-captain seats ka, wala ka namang middle passenger. By the way, hindi siya naka-privacy glass. Meron dito siyang sunshade na pwede mong iangat kapag ka naiinitan ka. Again, yung interior niya is very premium yung dating. Parang it's an expression of exceptional craftsmanship at saka yung human-centric technologies. It's actually a dynamic vehicle with a lot of features. So check natin yung third row para malaman natin kung paano pumasok. Bali, itutulak mo lang paharap yan para makapasok ka dun sa third row area. This is designed for 2 people and it's 50-50 split. Maganda naman yung height niya. Dito sa third row, meron siyang aircon vent, meron siyang USB port at saka cup holder. So, subukan nating umupo dito sa third row seat. Medyo masikip siya ng konti kasi naka-push back yung second row seat. Kung matangkad ka, medyo may challenge. So, kailangan i-push back mo yung second row seat. Dito, ipinasok ko yung aking paa dito sa ilalim ng upuan. So, pero kailangan i-push mo talaga yung second row seat. Maganda naman yung headroom, even dito sa third row seat. Napansin ko din na almost 90 degrees yung opening ng pintuan dito sa likod. At dito sa pinto, meron siyang plastic protection para hindi pumasok yung dumi doon sa loob. Okay, check naman natin yung likod. It's power tailgate. At dito sa ilalim niya, meron siyang mga divided na mga compartment na pwede kang maglagay ng iba't ibang items. And then dito sa ilalim pa nito, nandito yung kanyang spare tire na nakakabit doon yung kanyang subwoofer. Meron din siyang 12-volt socket dito sa likod. And then you can fold down itong third row seats para magkaroon ka ng bigger compartment area which is more than 1,000 liters in capacity. Flat naman siya kapag ka naka-fold, so pwede kang maglagay ng mahabang gamit. And meron din siyang ilaw dito sa tailgate area. And that's about it. Yan ang interior features nitong Mazda CX-90. Just to summarize, itong top of the line is 6-seater while yung entry level is 8-seater. Ang color ng interior niya is yung Ligano suede with tan na leather na seats. Yung entry level, kulay black sila. Itong top of the line is mas mahal ng 100,000 but pareho lang yung mga features nila. Meron lang na iba dun sa exterior cues. Itong exclusive trim body colored yung molding sa bumper, saka sa wheel arches, saka dun sa side doors. Ang mugs nito is diamond cut aluminum alloy wheels while silver metallic aluminum dun sa base model. So sa safety and security, pareho lang sila. Meron siyang 7 airbags, may ABS, meron silang dynamic stability control, hill descent control, smart keyless entry system, 360 view monitor, parking sensors, meron siyang seatbelt reminder, ISOFIX child seat anchor, saka yung child lock protection. At pareho silang merong iActive Sense, yung Mazda radar cruise control, smart brake support, lane departure warning, blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, front cross traffic alert, cruising and traffic support, driver monitoring system, saka yung driver attention alert. At available sila in 7 colors. So kung naghahanap kayo ng large SUV, ito ang maganda. Marami siyang technologies and amenities that elevate the driving experience. Diyan known ang Mazda. I would say this is a new dimension in luxury SUVs. It is an expression of exceptional craftsmanship and human-centric technologies. But of course, may presyo yan. It will cost you 3.8 million. Nandun siya sa parang entry level ng BMW like yung X1. And you have to consider din yung makina nito is ang lakas. Inline 6 pa. In terms of styling, mas gusto ko yung design ng Mazda, for example, compared with BMW and other European cars. Pero ang lamang naman ng German, yung build quality talaga ang binabayaran dyan. Pagdating sa interior ng Germans, wala siyang mga creaks, so pagtagal, wala din siyang kalampag. Pero malapit-lapit na rin si Mazda kasi ang objective niya is to really crush the premium market. So kung naghahanap ka ng premium vehicle, this is a good alternative sa mga BMW. Kasi napansin ko, yung BMW, bagsak yung resale value dito sa Pilipinas because of the expensive maintenance at saka yung parts. At ang isa pang advantage nito, yung kanyang makina kasi inline 6-cylinder as against dun sa mga 4-cylinder. In summary, this is a great offering from Mazda. I think ito lang ang may unique proposition sa mga Japanese cars in the Philippine market today. Okay. I hope I have given you some insights about Mazda CX-90. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, see you again in my next vlog. Bye!